We are recording. Hello and welcome to series and episode 1 of Dealer's Choice. It's going to be an interview every week or every second week, depending on how busy I am. It's going to be all your favourite poker players and staff from around the world. And first of all, we have got the one and only, the man poker player with two first names for a name, Adam Owen. Yes.
Hello, mate.
Listen to that crowd. Listen to them.
Oh yeah, they're going crazy.
You know. Anyway, Adam, pleasure. How are we doing?
Yes, mate. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. I'm the first guest. Didn't know that either.
Probably the first and last.
I don't know about that. This could be a thing. This could kick off.
Well, we hope so, but it's just to get a little bit of an insight, get into the house or the minds of poker personalities from all over. And who better to start off with yourself? I mean, I knew you were coming on for the last 4 weeks, so I've had the old,
Yeah, not bad. Good effort.
Not bad. I'm about 8 years behind you. Christ almighty. So anyway, how's life? Tell us a bit about where you are.
So right now, I've been in Mexico the whole time during the lockdown.
Uh-huh.
I have a girlfriend and 2-month-old son here. So I spend my time back and forth between the UK and here. But the lockdown's scuppered any plans to do any travel lately. So right now I'm outside Mexico City. Usually I'm based inside, right in the middle of the city. But yeah, I'm here in Cuernavaca. Got a nice
Finn Braggs. Look at that.
Yeah, the pool's just coming up. Yeah, was fed up of just being in my little apartment, getting no sunlight and just clicking buttons all day, which is fun, obviously. But
well. I mean, it's not been great for any of us. I think the poker online industry's had quite a bit of a boom over the last few months, with people stuck in. A lot of online businesses have like deliveries and stuff like that. It's not been the greatest for things, but you just got to play with the ball you've got. You know what I mean? You can't, or the deck you've got. You can't force things at the moment. We're all living in a world of uncertainty, but it's just, roll with it.
Especially you and your colleagues, where you rely on freelance work for.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that's been fun at all. But yeah, you're cracking on. You're being creative.
I'm trying. Yeah, it keeps me busy. Also, if this does get going, I know you've got believe it or not, quite a wide audience of fans out there that do follow you. Mixed game specialist, even though your two biggest scores have been in Texas. I mean, I'm not, we're not going any further like that, but but yeah, a bit about you. Done a bit of homework here with the help of online and yourself. Where were we? Born in 1993 to Peter and Janet.
Correct.
We have a brother called Saul.
That's right.
Very close to another Saul we all know about, sir.
Don't know what you're talking about. Completely different spellings and pronunciations.
But it's close. It's pronunciation. Studied politics and economics. How did that go?
It was a good laugh. I enjoyed everything about uni apart from uni.
Apart from politics and economics.
I made a load of mates there. I'm still friendly with a bunch of them. Had a great time drinking and trying to get good at poker. Basically, that's what I did. I was basically just an alcoholic for those years and gambling addict for the rest of the time. So
kind of you've taken that trait on and ran with it for the previous 20 odd years, yeah?
Yes, although I haven't had a drink since October. So there's that. Yeah, that might come as a surprise to some. It wasn't really intentional either, really. It's just like being at home a bunch and I haven't really felt like drinking. But I'm sure when we all meet up again,
there'll be a few tea and scrumpets and all that, Oh.
A few scores of Jaeger bombs ordered.
Oh yes, I wasn't going to say that. Trays,
Trays indeed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aye, so you grew up big Tottenham supporter, unfortunately. Everybody's got their cross to bear.
Yes.
You were at the Champions League final with Liverpool.
That's right, yes.
How was that, apart from the result?
It was a great time. The semi-final was more fun, to be honest. With the
Ajax, was it Ajax?
Ajax, yeah, 2-0 down and won 3-2 with a Lucas hat-trick in the second half. Coincidentally, my son's name is Lucas.
I was going to get to that, yeah. Yeah, so you are together with Carolina?
That's right, yeah.
It was a 50-50 because I always get Carolina and Carolina mixed up, even though you've told me I'm her biggest fan. She's got the humour chip out the two of you. So when that wee laddie does grow up to be funny and smart, we all know where he got it from.
Yeah, won't be in question, of course. Yeah.
And you've been with Carolina just over 3.5 years, or 3.5 years?
Yeah, just under 3.5 years. Yeah.
Just under. And how did you guys meet?
We met on Tinder out in Mexico. I was decided I was coming to live out here for a while, or well, not live, but spend some time here. So I was looking at apartments to do that, and just got on Tinder that week, and we hit it off straight away. And
good stuff. Nothing wrong getting a partner online. Trust me.
No, it's been great. She's calmed me down a little bit, kept me in line a bit. So
yeah, we've not met officially. We were supposed to meet, but Corona paid to that.
Yeah, have you not met? I guess.
No,
You're supposed to meet in Vegas and Mexico this year.
Yeah, because we're going to go to Claire and I, my partner. We're going to come over, do Vegas this year. This is going to be my Disney World because she got Disney World 2 years ago. Do Vegas and then fly down to Mexico and wet the baby's head, as it were. But knowing us, it would probably drown the baby's head. No pun intended. But and knowing the lineup that was on its way to Mexico as well,
it would have been a good old party, I reckon.
Maybe Corona might have done us a favour.
Maybe. Well, yeah. Unfortunately,
we'll never find out.
We're rearranging to March next year, so I will.
March, okay. Well,
we're just getting confirmation, so I will hit you up for that when that's sorted.
Beautiful. So anyway, with a bit about you. So yourself and Carolina gave birth to a little bundle of joy, Lucas Ledley.
Yeah, I can't take the credit for that part.
What, for the name?
No, for the giving birth part. But the name I did have an influence on.
Yes, I tried my best to keep the Ross family trait going on, but that was kind of kiboshed. Thanks,
well,
pal.
Lucas works in English and Spanish.
Yes.
So that was just, we both liked that straight away. And I offered Carolina hundreds of English names, and she didn't like any of them until we got to Ledley. And then, swiftly halted there and booked that one up.
For the people that don't know, because there's going to be people out there go, how did you get Lucas Ledley or Ledley Lucas? Spill the beans.
Yeah, so Lucas was influenced by the player who got Tottenham to the Champions League final. It's not a secret.
Okay.
And I like the name Ledley because one of Tottenham's greatest players in my lifetime was called Ledley. I've gone a bit dark there. Am I doing something wrong?
I think you have to zoom out. I think there we go.
Zoom out. Probably doing everyone a favour.
No, what, zooming out or zooming in? He is. He's back. That's better. Yes, it's the back. There he is, in his natural slumber. So yes, so it's basically Tottenham players from past and present.
Well, as it happened, coincidentally, yes, but managed to get away with it. Caroline is very happy with both names, I believe.
Does she know the thinking behind it though?
Yeah, kind of.
You liar. Should be sitting there sharpening the knives.
So, as it turns out, Lucas was born on the first day of spring.
Mm-hmm.
And Lucas in English and Spanish means bringer of light. So, nice bit of coincidence there.
Well played, yes.
Yeah. I'll tell that story to her friends and family rather than that 96th minute winner or away goals in Amsterdam.
Aye, it's all about spring and that. As he went into the box and shot and got us into the final, yes. Oh, sorry, as I was saying,
Yeah, bringer of light. Yeah.
Brilliant. How's he doing anyway, the wee man? Is he...
He's doing great. We think he's just starting to teeth, which is, yeah. But it could be another 4 months from now until we actually see teeth. So
4 months of sleepless nights for Carolina, yeah.
Yeah, he's been, and me, he's been kicking off for the last couple of weeks with his crying.
Yeah.
But I think
where he gets that from.
Sorry, mate.
And I said, I wonder where he gets that from. So anyway, how's the missus keeping anyway? She been keeping well under the circumstances, just for the
yeah,
lockdown?
I mean, we'd have preferred to have had her maternity and my paternity leave. Going outside, going for walks and stuff. But we've just been cooped up a bit, so that's the main reason we went out the city for a week. Still locked down, just us here and Carolina's mum with Lucas for the week. But yeah, I think she's well. She had a C-section, so like the recovery time's a little bit longer, but it was a planned C-section in the end. They spotted the risk early, so it was all planned, and I think emergency C-sections can be even more to recover from because they have to go through the labour stress and then the operation itself, like major surgery. So,
but her and baby are fine.
Sorry,
her and baby are fine though.
Yeah, her and baby are absolutely fine, and we're very happy. Yeah.
Beautiful. That's the main thing, mate. I mean, a family man now. Beautiful. She'd quieten you down, doubt it will, but I mean, quarantine and all that. I mean, I've a few poker players and a few dealers who I know. Basically, if they're not working or live events, they're behind the computer playing like Rocket League and stuff like that. So, like, quarantine's just normal to use,
It's what? Sorry.
Is it not just the norm? Just sitting behind a computer and not going out for 18 days. Basically, like when you were younger and you found out Football Manager.
Yeah. So I've been playing more than usual online, actually. Got into a rhythm with it now. Yeah, enjoying it actually. Yeah, it's quite nice to have this period of time. Obviously I wanted it to end, but having a bit of structure to it. And, here you are. You're in this one place for several months. And, you just got to get on with it. So I am lucky in that my profession can be carried out online. As much as I do prefer, or at least a lot of the time, prefer to be playing live.
Yeah. Being
around people, seeing places.
So, and going into the poker now, online grafter. Preferably, what is your favourite game? Online and live. We'll come on live in a minute, but online, what is your favourite? Not for money wise or winning, but just your favourite enjoyable game. Is there one that stands out?
To be honest, yeah, I would say Deuce to 7 single draw. Like I started off playing that game heads up, sit and go. So that's always a really fun one to play. Draw games, there's no visible cards, like there's no community cards, there's no up cards like in stud. So it's a pretty pure game, and there's less information out there, so the better players have less to go on. And there's still like a decent amount of luck involved too. I like a lot of the draw games, a lot of the stud games. I don't really like the split games so much. And I've been playing a bit of short deck as well. I think that's a good game, 6+.
6+, yeah.
there's a lot of all-ins, a lot of action. So yeah, a lot of rake too as well. So I'm still not convinced it's a great game, but it's certainly a fun game.
Short deck.
Short deck, yeah.
Do you think a lot of people that play it online understand, and this isn't me being derogatory to people, that flushes beat full houses, for instance?
I mean, there'll be people hopping in who might not know that, and even if they do know that, might not realise.
Yeah.
when they have top boat on the river and they get shoved into after betting, but maybe their hand's not so strong. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough to make a flush, and that rule's there. It makes sense that rule's there.
Yeah, because there's less cards and all that.
Yeah, and so a straight does beat trips in the game on stars and party and GG. But trips are actually harder to make than a straight. But it just becomes a terrible game when you have to start folding straights when there's a pair on board immediately. it plays out as a good game, and you know you can get in like 50 antes or even more just open shoving free. Like that's totally fine to do.
So is it primarily a no limit game? I've not played it. I know the rules obviously, but I've not played it. So
I've never seen it played other than no limit, and the betting structure is slightly different too. So everyone antes, and then the only blind is posted by the button, and that's an additional ante. So it's kind of like the bring-in in stud games.
Yes.
You have the antes, the bring-in. It's kind of like a bring-in, but they get their action. So when everyone limps to them in position to act. So yeah, there's a lot of limping. There's a lot of going all in, and all the stuff in between, obviously. So
you've been playing a lot of that recently, you're saying?
I've taken a break for a while now, just to focus on MTT since they've been really good for the last month or so. But I think it's a good game, yeah. Nice. But yeah, I like playing new games when they come out. So the new games in like Vegas and the mixed games there, this is the main reason I don't play them. They're filled with carnival games, like just made up. Even beyond Badusi and Badesi, which have been around a while now, and they have their rightful place. But just making games up, like Dromaha Deuce
7. There was a game. I worked in Blackpool, and they had not a private game, but it was a DC game, and they had this game called Matrix.
I've heard of this game. I've heard it gets massive, and it's
all
all
pot
limit.
It's good. Yeah, all pot limit. And it's a brilliant game to deal because everybody knows what they're doing. Everybody's friendly, has a laugh and a joke. But they have this game called Matrix.
Oh yeah.
It's like free cards. You turn over oh Jesus! And it's like you've got to make the best hand here, the best hand here. You've all got 5 cards. It's pot limit, and it's like, hey guys, you know what you're doing, so I'll give you cards. It's like any other game I deal, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, it's good for the brain sometimes because it keeps you focused. I mean, you've made that was where you started on the old the mixed games though, 8 game and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've always played like mixed games from the start. To be honest, like the first game I started making money in was like Heads Up Deuce 7 and Heads Up Horse. I really like playing those sit and go. So they're like 2 games I play every time I can. Whenever the World Series is on, I'm an idiot. Basically, I go for the glory and play the fun games all the time, rather than
the Players Championship. That was the main one you played not that long ago, or you played?
Yeah, I played that a few times to 50k. Haven't cashed it. I feel reasonably good in the field. Like there's some excellent mixed players in there who play really high stakes every day. So they do have that live edge on me because I'm not. Whilst I've played a lot of live and I have a lot of cashes in live tournaments from playing a lot of live tournaments, I don't play much live cash. I don't play much mixed games all day in day out. So I'm sure there's subtle things that they're getting that I'm not. But a lot of the guys are limit guys. So when it comes to Hold'em and PLO, and Hold'em has a big ante in it. There's a 1.5 blinds in the middle with 6 max. Which is double what it would usually be. So it is kind to people who are willing to play lots of hands and hold them. So I feel like I'm a reasonable bet in that tournament. I'd like to play it again in the future. I didn't play it last year. It just wasn't feeling so great. I had sold action for it, but I just ended up skipping.
And you were all up for playing it this year as well, of course.
I was going to look at it, see how the summer starts, and it's usually quite far in that tournament, so it's not easy to keep your head for 3 or 4 weeks in Vegas and then play one of your biggest tournaments. Well, the biggest tournament that I'd ever play.
Yeah, it's a lot of money to anybody, not just yourself. I mean, you see the fields, and it's like a who's who of the best. And
yeah, right.
It's phenomenal.
There's some great players in there. I'd consider myself somewhere in the middle. I'd like to think I'm winning a little bit of money in the tournament long term. Yeah, I've got a lot better at Hold'em the last few years, I would say. But
you got better at Hold'em.
I've got better at Hold'em.
Like the understatement of the year. I mean, let's look at here. I've done a bit of homework, right? I mean, we've got total live earnings of just under $3.5 million, right? According to the Hendon Mob, by the way. So, if there's anything wrong here, Hendon Mob.
It is missing aside from the World Series of Poker Europe in Berlin, which I only played to try and get the German flag. But yeah.
Flag hunter.
Sore subject, we better move on from
that. So, yeah, and you're top 450 in the all-time money list, which is pretty awesome. Best live cash I have from a year which was probably your best year in poker of 2018. We are Barcelona, second in the Party Poker Millions.
Yep.
For €1.3 million. For a game you're not great at, was there any, like, in that tournament? I can remember talking to you, and I think going into day 2 you were quite short. Is that correct?
Yeah, I had 1/3 of a starting stack or around there. After building up to four stacks on the penultimate level of the night, I did manage to
dust off.
What should I use? Spew
dust off.
Most of it off.
Spin it off well, yeah. But yeah, I mean, that was the biggest one. Was there any telling hands that people might think, oh Christ, I followed that? But obviously, because I think it was only the final table, the feature table, was televised. Was there any telling things or telling moments in that?
I mean, it was such a ridiculously tough final table that everyone there was a really tough player. A high roller, aside from me. So I did get lucky. I won the flips I was supposed to win. That I had to win. And almost everything I tried worked out. I was pretty tight most of the time, so I guess I got some extra credit, and I didn't run into the top of their range, which is like such an underrated part of run good. If you try a bluff and it works, and they don't have the nuts, you've run good.
Yeah, because you went into the. Did you not get the final table quite low stacked as well?
Yeah, I was the shortest stack going in, so that was pretty nice to spin up.
Because I remember the ladder was quite heavy, wasn't it?
Yeah, the laddering was pretty heavy. Hang on, I'm running out of battery. So
I heard that beep beep. So it's all good.
All right,
live footage here.
There we go. Yeah, I came in short. Sorry, what was I saying?
Going into the final table, I think you were saying you were a bit short stacked.
Yeah, I was short stacked. Got aces early on, and didn't get full double, but I get aces 20 blinds in the big blind, and if a button on a cutoff opens, can't really just shove it. So I defended and managed to get 2 streets, a c-bet and turn barrel.
Happy days. I've got here that the final 20 or even the final 25 players, the final 30 players were unreal. The final table, the guy that beat you, Pascal Lafrancois,
yep,
Stephen Chidwick, Dominic Nietzsche, Jan Schwipp, Diogo, Davide Kitai. It's like a who's who, and then there's Adam Owen. It's like, I mean, you're amongst great company, and to finish second.
Well, I can flip with the best of them, mate. Really. I was
no doubt
that week. But yeah, no, that they were all class, and getting second in that lineup doesn't mean anything. It's a final table when I ran good. But yeah, I feel like I played decently. There's a few hands looking back now I don't like, but we're always trying to get better. I remember I 4-bet jammed Jack 9 suited on Chidwick, who hadn't 3-bet me the whole day. He was button, I was cut off. That getting through made me think, oh, hang on, like I might actually be doing something good here. Something good might be about to happen. But yeah, I was lucky that time that he snap folded.
I mean, you say you're lucky, and you say that you might. Oh, it's only second place, but you must have done something good. That field, as I said, just looking at the top 20, 30 players, the final table, phenomenal. You can't discredit yourself, mate. Come on, I mean, taking second there, considering the stack you went into day 2, you would have bit the hand, arm, legs off, toes off, everything off to get there. So you can't keep on discrediting yourself, man.
I was very happy with it. Ran good the whole tournament, but yeah, along the way, I feel like I made the right decision when there was a decision to be made. I made the right decision quite a lot that week, which is an underrated part of it.
Well, listen, you can't go wrong. But Barcelona seems to be a happy hunting ground, because I have here also 2016, 2 years prior, EPT main event, third for just under 650 grand. What happened there? What was that tournament like?
That was a 6-day long tournament. Like, EPT structures really are like up there. They're the best. So can't really remember too much along the way. I remember things like, I remember just looking around the room and seeing excellent players keep busting. That's not to say the final table was easy, but there were real top players that were busting out along the way. From like 100 down, where you begin to think like the stars might be aligning here. This could be the one where I get a really big payoff. So yeah, a little bit of that. I remember I made a four-handed. I spewed off a lot actually. Yeah, I got berated for it a lot, but I think nowadays people might actually prefer that play than they did.
You say you got berated for it. I mean, you got berated by friends or by people online, like every day you get trolls and stuff.
Both by good players, bad players. Yeah, I guess I was feeling it a little bit. I had the wind in my sails and went for a little bit of a thin check raise for value, and ended up, putting myself in the ICM bin basically. So
yeah, still third out of 1,785 players.
Yeah, crazy.
I mean, Barcelona has always been, for EPTs, when I've done them, they've always been massive. It seems to attract like the who's who from all over the world. 'Cause it's just basically not that long after Vegas. It's always sunny. Everybody tends to like Barcelona. Good nights out. But yeah, I mean, I've had good experiences there. Myself and the other half went to there for a little bit of a holiday I think was it that tournament? I think it might have been that tournament we went 2016. It's nice. There's lots of stuff to do. If you've never been to Barcelona, guys, I would advise it. But I mean, poker there, like EPT. I mean, it was supposed to be the 25k Players Championship this year, but unfortunately, due to what's going on at the moment, it's been postponed. Watch your space for when it's going to be announced next. You were planning to come over on your own, or were you going to be bringing fam?
I was definitely going to go. I'm not sure. Carolina was on the fence of coming and seeing how she was going to recover from the operation. See if Lucas was doing great. I think as it would have panned out, we would have probably gone together as a family. But it's all moot now that it's not happening. But yeah, it's very annoying, isn't it? Everything being cancelled and not knowing when it's coming back.
Yeah, because I mean, I can't deal online. You know what I mean? I've just got to go. Oh,
no, I feel that.
We're going to go back to 2018. As far as I'm aware, now people will correct me if I'm wrong, the only ever two-time champ in the same tournament at the mini-main of the Grosvenor United Kingdom Poker Tour in Leeds, and the main event, the champ, September 2018, for a combined total of around £45,000 cash money. What happened there?
Well,
Why Leeds?
yeah,
Because obviously, where were we? A couple of months beforehand, you done Barcelona for the party poker event where you came second.
Yeah.
So why Leeds?
Yeah, it was a bit of a random one. So it was during W Coop, and I kind of just didn't really want to play at that time. Like, I don't know, I hadn't been doing so great. Like Vegas was really tough that year, straight after doing well. So just kind of a little bit over it, playing too seriously. But I decided to get a house together with some mates up there. It was kind of a bit last minute as well. And meet some non-poker friends from the north as well. So we just had a house there and gambled in it, and then went and played the main event. It was a 500, not as stressful as having to fire multiple bullets in 1Ks or higher, or being cooped up, if you excuse the pun.
I was going to cooped up, hey, bedroom.
Yeah, that one slipped out there. But yeah, we just showed up there, and GKPTs I haven't played many, but they are a good crowd. And with W Coop on, a lot of the best players weren't there, which I realised pretty soon that the fields were good. I mean, there's a lot of tough players from Leeds as well. But I felt pretty good after I built up a stack early on day one and sailed pretty smoothly, to be honest. Yeah, pretty crazy freak variance to win the mini and the original two-time.
Yeah, well, I've just seen the final table there. You had one of the British legends of the game, Ali Malou, was there. What a gentleman that is. And also, Grosvenor actually shared, I don't know if you've seen it on Facebook and Twitter, the hand that got you quite a few chips on day two.
I think it was extremely well dealt. Very well dealt, I would say.
I don't know who it was, but you know the hand I'm referring to, yeah?
It was you, right? Yeah. Very well dealt. I mean, I got it in Queens against Ace King and Ace King off. Like, I can't really do much else. They get teased with a king on the flop, but you masterfully pulled out that lady on the river. That was beautiful. And if you see the clip, I don't know, maybe you can link it below or something. I'm playing a W Coop final table on my phone, I think.
I did see you, because I've watched it. I did see you because you're in seat one, and the camera cuts to the left of you, and I did actually see the Stars table outlet sign, whatever it was, and I was like, "What a cheeky bugger, eh? What a cheeky bugger!"
I think you say it's on you as well to me.
I tend to do that with seat one because, I mean, what I do is when I sit down, regardless of it's feature table or table, whatever, with seat one, seat 9 or seat 8, to my right and to my left, I'll always sit down, not just because, I'm the most tender of gentlemen, but I always say, look, seat one, when it's before I start, when it's on yourself, I'll give you a little tap on the table. I'm not trying to hurry you, I'm just prompting you that seat 8 or seat 9 is acted and it's on yourself, so you don't have to keep going, it's on me. So basically, it's giving you a little bit of free rein, so you can just play the game without, oh shit, okay, it's on me. And you got the brunt of that, not because you weren't paying attention, but because you were on that bloody phone. Gotcha. Another one of my pet hates, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, because you won that. That was a great, as we said, good final table, and you also won the mini main, which was, I think, the Monday beforehand, the Monday into Tuesday, 2 days.
Yeah, something like that. It's all a bit of a blur.
But yeah, I mean, the structure they use for Grosvenor is pretty phenomenal as well. I've had a lot of good feedback from that for the GKPTs.
The GKPT, even the sides are absolutely fine as well.
Yeah.
So Yeah,
structure the
the plan
chips.
is to go to Blackpool this year. I've heard that's always a really, really fun one. So
One of
I
the,
got back. That's booked up, but everything's in doubt at the moment.
yeah.
Hopefully, by we're back moving, but you
What
never
do
know.
you think? What do you think? Cutting away from the I love Adam Owen stories, what do you think will be the next main event or big festival that's going to be able to attract outside foreigners, i.e., if it's in Britain, non-Brits, if it's in Spain, non-Spanish, like tournaments? When do you think that might rear its head?
It's tough to say. How long's a piece of string?
Yeah, I
I
mean,
I think you've got to start off with the basis, coming from the basis that this could be a population devastating virus, which everything points towards that being pretty likely. You want to know as much as you can about the virus as possible. So
yeah.
I'm not a scientist, but I think you've got to start off cautious, and you don't want to start extra spikes. So you need to have precautions in place. I've seen there's some tournaments, I think in Taiwan, where they have masks and they have temperature checks going in. I think you've got to have all of that stuff.
Is that you getting summoned, does it?
Yeah, that was me getting moaned at probably. But no, we're all good. She realised I was still on the call.
We won't be too long. Just another couple of hours, you know. I mean, personally, from my point of view, hygiene's always a must, regardless whether I'm working or not. But going forward, I mean, where does it stop? I mean, I've seen in Florida, I think it might have been, or Tampa, same sort of area, that they've got the screens, the gloves, the masks. I mean, it could open up a whole can of worms in that respect. But I mean, people's safety and health and safety going forward is paramount. Because
It is. Yeah.
you don't want to like be the first tournament that's it's great, and then, oh, by the way, 14 people suffered from whatever. So I think all the main companies, casinos and that, they are doing right by being very cautious and kind of postponing things. But
Yeah.
it's got to take one. I mean, all the eyes were on Vegas, and obviously Vegas postponed the World Series. The one after that was EPT Player Championship, the 25K Barcelona, which has recently just been postponed.
Sadly, that was always going to go.
Yeah, it's just everybody kind of had an inkling it was going to happen, but when it gets announced officially, is when it's like it hits home. So, I mean, I know that a lot of dealers were disappointed, but health and safety, and a lot of players were disappointed. Again, it's a health and safety issue. But listen, there's, we can always make money, but you've got to look after yourself, So, yeah.
It's a tough one. Without getting into conspiracy theories, you have to wonder, like, the people in charge making these decisions, you have to wonder who's actually pulling their strings. Like, is it insurance companies? Is it corporations that are losing money? Like, how can some of the decisions that we made, like, really tough to justify?
I totally understand that. It's just, I think, I mean, I don't like politics. Politicians do their politics or whatever it is you want to do. It's
same for
that's it. I mean, regardless whether it's Nicola Sturgeon here, Boris Johnson in the United Kingdom, where we are, Donald Trump in America, Vladimir Putin, it's a hard job. It's a no-win job, because if you make 20 million people happy, there's going to be another, whatever it is on the other side, unhappy, and vice versa.
Sure.
And it doesn't matter how popular you are, there's always going to be a percentage of people that just think, what are you talking about? Why are you talking like that, etc. And
yeah,
we're not going to get into that, because it is. I mean, it's a no-win. It's a no-win thing for anybody. And this, basically, if they open up the gates quickly and allow everything to go back to normal, and something happens, it's going to be on their head. So I understand why caution. Just unfortunately, especially here, not a lot of people have been reading the guidelines properly. It just frustrates me, because there's a lot of people out there who have got businesses and they've closed their business, self-employed people, they've closed their business, they're not making any money, they're struggling to survive, they're staying in, or the people that have got loved ones in care homes or elderly people, and they've not been able to see them. And yet you get we're allowed to do one mode of essential exercise a day. So I take my little dog Teddy, his walkies, and the stuff I see, man, it frustrates me because I understand people have got to get out and it's mental health issues. 100% understand that, but for every time there's these people going out, it sets us back in the long term to the people that are actually abiding by what they've been asked to do and trying to save lives and not seeing people. And anyway, forgetting all that, we'll get off the serious subject. So on the subject of your two main scores, because obviously you've got a lot of other main scores here as well, the one thing that did interest me was the rail and the group of friends that you travel with, you play with, you talk with, you drink with, you eat with. Can we elaborate a little bit more on these people that you class as friends?
Well, yeah, I mean, that one in Barcelona 2018 was quite ridiculous. Yeah, one of the best definitely the best I've been a part of, obviously, and one of the best there is. I'm quite proud to say. A lot of songs, a lot of chanting, and shout out to the party biker staff on that event who let it go. They had to move one of the. I think it was a 10K high roller. They had to move it to a different part of the room because it was right next to where my mates were.
I seen because I watched a little bit tonight. I watched a little bit of the footage from that, and obviously from the EPT in 2016 Barcelona final table. And I think we had the kind of same sort of group, maybe one or two people added, but it was a rowdy rail. I mean, it's good to have that sort of thing. You always kind of get that with no disrespect to any other nation, but the Brits always seem to get that sort of camaraderie. And
yeah, the Brit rails at the World Series as well are usually excellent. Yeah, lots of shenanigans going on. Yeah, I had a few mates fly out both times in Barcelona. Just get on a Ryanair flight and we'll have a good time. Two lads, you'll know Teddy, and some of your mates will know Teddy as well.
Yes, I know Teddy.
Ted was drinking in London that night. The night before, sorry. Got my message and managed to get to the airport for the first flight in the morning. Came over. I think he arrived during the second level or something.
Is this the party poker one? Is this the millions?
This was the EPT one.
EPT in Barcelona, 2016, yeah.
Yeah, and
Teddy,
Joe
I know Teddy.
Joe flew out in 2018. Yeah, he had a little piece.
Well, let's not get too personal here, Adam.
Well, it should be on the record that I didn't have much myself in either of those, but I
think regardless whether you have 100% or 1%, it still shouldn't take away from the achievement of besting or nearly besting those sort of fields.
Definitely, and I only sell to people or swap with people that I like, so I'm happy to make that money as well. There's never any. I'm never bitter about handing over money that I've won to them and keeping some of it.
Yeah. Treat people the way you want to be treated.
Sorry, mate, go on.
I said treat people the way you like to be treated, sort of thing.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And I've bought action and swapped action and received it back as well. So, yeah, it's fun if you keep it within your mates, and you're never going to feel too bad about handing them a big chunk of money. But I have to say, Barcelona 2018, I got absolutely mugged on the swaps. Like, I'd already felt like I was at my max, and then two regular guys that I, would normally swap with if they asked me. I didn't feel like saying no. So maybe that's a karma thing. Yeah, well, they're great players, so it's not really a karma thing. I just got lucky. So
yeah, I mean, you got to look at. I mean, if you didn't swap, the result might have been different. You may have played different or something. The stars would have aligned differently and stuff like that.
Yeah, it might have been a few seconds earlier, get into my seat. The shuffle might have been different. Yeah. So I try and refer to the butterfly effect in those situations.
So, the highest moment in poker, in your poker career, best moment? I mean, it doesn't have to be money or tournament orientated, but anything that springs to mind?
Well, I think it has to be Barcelona in 2018. Maybe 2016, actually. They were two. They're fairly close in relatively how much the money meant to me. So I was able to buy a place. It's harder to lose all your money if it's locked up in property. You can't just gamble off property.
Where did I leave that house? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, so both of those were really big moments.
Excuse me.
First World Series final table in 2015. Phil Hellmuth won that one.
What was it? What event? What?
It was a 10K Raz.
Mm-hmm.
Raz is probably the best game for me in tournaments. Whilst I might be more studied in other games, like obviously I put more time into getting better at Hold'em than I have in Raz, but versus the field, I'm probably still a much better Raz player. But yeah, Hellmuth was there. It was a good fun. He berated me for 2 days. Then when he finally had all the chips free-handed, he apologized and was very complimentary of me. But yeah, I don't mean to paint Hellmuth in a bad light. He's a fine guy, to be honest.
I did see the. Sorry.
He does enough of painting himself in a bad light for himself anyway. It doesn't need any help. No, he's a fine guy.
And the flip side of that, what has been your lowest kind of the worst you've felt from a tournament? Like, have you ever felt, not like, I'm not meaning like, oh, I just mean like down, like you could have done it better or you could have.
That's a good question. Guess it speaks pretty well of me that I have been able to erase those from my head somewhat. Definitely, like before I'd broken out in poker, which is probably 2014, 2015 kind of time, where I started winning consistently and having some scores. So probably around like 2013, 2014, I remember missing the last train home in Bristol after losing all the money I had. Just having to sit around the casino and walk around Bristol until the first train. I remember feeling pretty down.
Was that when you first started out, you said?
Well, yeah, when I was just starting to try, basically, making it a go of it. Yeah, plenty of World Series moments where you bust and then go to the junk food and you think about the hands you could have played better. But I don't know. I kind of idealize the World Series. It's like it's a fun time, just being at the Rio, being with your mates. Yeah.
So basically, surround yourself by good people and be in good places. Is that what you're saying?
I'm what? Sorry, surrounded by good people.
I said basically surround yourself with good people, or try and surround yourself with good people and the good vibes and stuff, and you won't have as many bad memories to remember.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, if you make an effort to always go and have a meal with your friends or go for a night out, or do something touristy, have a look around. You just cap how bad things can be really on a trip.
I mean, do you have any superstitions? Do you like, for instance, when you went deep into the Ep1, the 2016 one, which we'll refer back to, you said it was 6 days?
Yeah, 6-day tournament, yeah.
Did you do anything the first couple of days you thought, well, I'm on day 3 and I've had, like, I don't know, I've had bagel for breakfast?
Not in seriousness, no.
No, so you just played it by ear every day, was just a new day sort of thing?
Kind of, yeah. So I liked my routine in the morning, just waking up and getting ready. Maybe have a yeah, that's generally what I do in the morning.
If you didn't know, I woke up. Oh, really?
Yeah, but yeah, having at least 2 hours of being awake before you start playing is probably a good idea, I find. I'm not a morning person, so if I set my alarm up and have to run downstairs and go and play a tournament at the Rio, that's not very good. So I try and get up a little bit before then. I'm not a great sleeper, so if I do get in a good rhythm, I usually do well. But generally, I've done well when the weather's good. So I've done well in Barcelona twice.
Yeah.
Done well in Lake Tahoe, beautiful place in the States.
Yeah, because you won a few of
leagues.
these little tournaments. Was it last year? You and Joe went travelling and you won a few of the. Was it Joe? Was it Joe? Am I getting
Yeah,
that right?
yeah. Joe and me have been. We went to Reno and Tahoe. We've done Reno 3 times and Tahoe twice. Reno, run out of Reno with Jason Somerville's Run It Up crew. Really, really fun tournament series there. It's all based around fun. Like there's a mixed game tournament every day and a hold'em tournament every day. There's free drinks upstairs, which is you don't see too much out of Las Vegas. Even if you're not playing, free drinks. Just look after your bartender. Lots of activities to do. Like there is a karaoke night. Yeah.
No, I've never endured that. I'll have to see what karaoke is. I always used to think it was like a fantasy with some people. I've never stepped up to the
You've
plate.
never. Oh come on! You've got the sweetest voice out of a lot of us.
Mate, if this ever does get published, there's going to be subtitles every time my name pops up here. So, where would you say? I mean, for travel wise, where would you say is your favourite destination out of America, out of the World Series and the Americas and stuff like that?
Yeah, I would have to say Lake Tahoe. Caesars have a casino there, so they do a World Series of poker circuit stop there every November, October time.
Okay.
Which is it's in between seasons, so it's a ski resort and it's a beautiful place in the summer. So it's kind of a little bit in between. It's just a really beautiful place in the world, like really desirable spot to be in.
And sorry,
it's chilled out as well. The buy-ins aren't very big, so you can relax and have fun playing. People there are fun. I like playing in the States. People are very friendly. Generally, there's some lunatics, but generally it's good fun. Even dealing with them is good fun. Like I don't know, compared to like Prague or somewhere where I can find that be a little bit hostile, the atmosphere. I don't know if you feel the same way. But playing at least, I know Prague's a great city, and it's good. It's a good laugh as well. But what do you think? I find it hostile.
I like Prague, and I don't. I tend I don't see the hostel wherever I go. I'm not trying to big myself up, but I don't see or I don't get hostile hostility. Christ, there's a word, hostility.
Maybe that's not the right word. It just doesn't seem as friendly. Like there's a lot of Eastern Euro regs there. Nothing against them. And I'm sure a lot of the time it's just a case of us not sharing common language. So, yeah, I guess in general I would prefer to play people that I can, communicate with and get along with. But
so outside of America, is there anywhere? Yeah.
Well, the first place I went abroad to play with was Croatia. I really, really liked it there, Dubrovnik. Had an awesome time there. Didn't cash anything, but made some great mates there. Asifo, the poker tourist.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Met him there. Met my mate Jaxie, if he's watching this. I met him there. I remember back in the day, this was like probably towards the end of it, but Poker Stars parties were actually good fun. Not that you would be aware of this.
No, we don't congregate with players on Poker Stars parties, my friend. I think it's all players now, isn't it? It's just a player only thing. So,
but yeah, I remember getting absolutely wasted with like Johnny Lodden and some other like well-known pros, and just thinking it was the best thing ever. I was like 21 or something. Yeah, I was 21. Or even maybe 20. But yeah, it was a really good laugh and really beautiful place. So I liked there. I liked Vienna when they did EPT there. That was the first EPT I went to, I think. Really, really cool city. I thought about moving there at some point. I did learn German in school, but not much left of that. But
can ich habe ein Bier?
Yeah.
Danke.
Basically that. But yeah, I thought Vienna was a great city. Yeah, I've liked most of the places I've been to be honest.
What about Malta? One of my favourite places. Love it.
I love Malta. Malta really is great. Yeah, I've been there 4 times. Went to all 3, I believe, of their EPTs, and another random poker stop there. Yeah, it's just a great time. You have that strip of bars, restaurants, clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah. St. Julian's. Yeah, it's a beautiful place as well. The beach.
The weather's always been good. I've been there twice on the EPTs. The weather's always been great. It's easy to get to because I don't know if there's obviously the flights are a bit up and down now, but there is a flight out of Edinburgh. I think it's 2 or 3 times a week direct into Malta Airport. Malta Lugae or whatever it is. Malta.
Luca.
That's the one.
QA.
That's it. Because I remember one year I had to leave early because I was working for PokerStars in Norway, and I had to fly from Malta to Madrid to Copenhagen to Stockholm to Oslo. Oh my God.
Christ.
Trondheim. And we made it. It took a whole day.
Yeah. A day at least, I'd imagine. That many
yeah,
times.
it was good. I enjoy it. I enjoy, to be honest with you, I enjoy all the stops like Prague, Barca, Malta. One of my favourite destinations is Blackpool. For as we were talking earlier on, for the GUKPT. It's a lot of. It's easy to get to for me as well because you got a train to Preston, then Preston you cut over to Blackpool, but you got all the northern guys, and this is no disrespect to southern folk, but you get a lot of the from like kind of Manchester, Liverpool area up the way, and it's people actually understand me. I don't have to speak prim and proper when I'm at the table, you know.
I've noticed you've been making an effort this call. I do appreciate it. Yeah,
thanks.
I'm from about as far southeast you can get, so I do appreciate it.
Don't start, because you understand when I have the Jaeger voice on, when it's like, all right, big man, how's it going? You understand because you speak fluent Jaeger, so don't start that.
I do speak fluent Jaeger, yeah, I can't lie to that.
So moving on, big announcement made by yourself, by the very perfect interviewee, Twitch. You've got a Twitch channel coming up soon.
Yeah, I didn't mean to make it as such a grand announcement. It ended up being a 4-minute video. I wanted it to be like 90 seconds. But yeah, thanks for shouting that out. I'm going to be starting probably, what are we now? Well, we're recording this on Saturday.
This is Saturday the 30th of May.
Yeah, hopefully within a week or so, I will be on Twitch. Got to get set up. I've had a lot of people reach out to help me. I'm a complete noob. I don't know what I'm doing. So I need to have some practice with that. Yeah,
I know the feeling.
Just get all the page sorted. But yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm going to focus on communicating the chat rather than playing too much or too much strategy. So yeah, we're going to start off with just a few tables of mid-stakes tournaments, nothing too heavy. Probably on a later schedule. So like there's not going to be too much to be won, and it's after Scoops stop, so I think it's a good time. I think a lot of people might take a break around that time for that week or so. So yeah, it's not especially tactical. I'm just going to start streaming as soon as I can.
So you're basically going to be playing tournaments with people watching and talk through hands. Like obviously it'll be delayed because you can't obviously play.
Yeah, it'll be a 5 minute or so delay, 4 minutes maybe. I'll just be talking through my hands and thought process, but more so answering questions in the chat. I'm going to try and make it more entertaining than strategic. That's the plan. Which might not be successful, but
well, I mean, everybody's got to start somewhere, Adam. I mean, I don't watch Twitch that much. It's nothing against it. I'm a noob when it comes to stuff like this. I mean, I thought a microbite was like a little bit of pizza I used to have instead of having a whole bite, but I've not. So you plan to get out of this anything like, or just to share the knowledge, the brain of Adam when it comes to poker hands, or?
Well, you know what? I've always been interested in it. I've always like the guys that do it, even like the medium-sized streamers, like they have a good community behind them. They're all the mates, all the people that enjoy watching them in a in a Discord chat or their Twitch chat, and it just seems fun to engage with that. And the virus and the lockdown is kind of, probably similar to you with starting this podcast off. You probably thought about doing this before, but the extra time,
Yeah.
the extra time, and the just wanting to do something different. That's probably what's I don't want to put words in your mouth, but that's likely what's started you off, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because but it's just, having all the free time, you try and think of what I can do. Me personally, I try and get others involved, and just the way I'm sort of try and help others out, or doing this. I know for a fact people are interested in you, so they'll tune in, they'll like to hear the stories, stuff like that. I mean, obviously the Twitch. Now, do you have a Twitch address or handle or anything, or that you can shout out here, and I'll put it on when we post?
So I might buy a domain name. That's something else I need to look into. But right now it's twitch.tv/AdamYid. Adam YID. Pretty simple.
So Twitch.
Twitch.tv/AdamYid.
There you go. So, listen, guys, when he starts off, it will be plastered. You better watch him. You might learn something.
Yeah, it will. The page is a bit bare right now, but there's a follow button right there already. So already had quite a few people who follow it, which I was really shocked by people being interested in it. So hopefully get a few viewers straight away. It's not really. I don't have viewer goals in mind. I don't have sub goals or anything like that. I'm not trying to become a full-time Twitch streamer as a profession. I still focusing on trying to play poker and coaching poker. But yeah, Twitch seems fun. It seems a good way to connect with people. It's been a bit lonely, the virus, the lockdown. So getting out there and talking to people will be fun, I think.
So you don't want to become a full-time Twitcher? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not against becoming a full-time Twitch streamer, but maybe that will happen if it kicks off. Maybe that's something I'll focus into, and it won't necessarily always be me playing. Thinking about doing some alternative commentary on some funny hands or something. Maybe creating YouTube videos. I don't know. That's stuff I can think about and work out as I go, try it out. But yeah, ordering a computer. I haven't had a desktop computer since I was a kid, since I was 16. I lived down my suitcase for 3 years before I started spending time in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, looking forward to getting it started. Hope to have you drop by.
We'll see what happens. You can do the interview, and I'll sit bareback or whatever it is, lying here. Hopefully get a wee shave going on, because she keeps on saying to me I look like a bum.
Well, I'm getting away with it just about.
No, you're not. No, listen. No. I know for a fact she doesn't like it.
She does not like it. You're correct.
Yes.
But I'm getting away with it. It's a small luxury that she affords me. She gives me this to make it feel like I'm in charge, like I'm the boss, like I have any say in anything. She's smart like that. Yeah. On the subject of Carolina, she's going to help me out, I think, with some moderation on Twitch and designing stuff. She's quite a creative person. She's got a background in video editing, stuff like that. So yeah, and she's involved in poker as well. Maybe you should get her on. She's a translator for Party Poker.
Oh, nice.
And she's done some subtitles for Ryan LaPlante's training site, learnpropoker.com.
There you go. I'll drop in there for Ryan there.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, I will talk about it quickly.
Yeah.
Not meaning to show.
No, by all means.
I think Ryan's got a great product for if you consider what's out there and the prices and the information that Ryan's given out, for the price that which I believe is under $100 a month. I believe it's significantly under that. I don't know it exactly right now. I should learn this because I'm going to be helping to promote him when the Twitch kicks off. I'm going to watch some of his videos, some of his newer stuff, and make sure that I know what I'm talking about when I recommend something. But I watched some of the pre-flop videos, and spending a month or two on this is going to be worth your while if you're playing poker at any stakes. If you're playing micro stakes tournaments, you got to watch this video, and you probably won't be playing micro stakes tournaments in a few months' time. That would be my advice.
So basically, sign up to Ryan and watch Adam's Twitch. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah. My play on Twitch might not be approved by Ryan's training site, but I certainly approve of Ryan and his site. So
that's all good. Another thing I wanted to kind of catch up on, eating habits. Now, I've heard that I've been in your vicinity. Are you still a full-time vegan?
No, I'm a vegetarian. So
okay.
I haven't been vegan since I started coming to Latin America regularly, because meat is the thing here, and if it doesn't have meat, it's covered in cheese. So yeah, I've been a vegetarian for 4, 5 or 6 years now.
Oh, okay. You got a little bit of bacon in your beard there, mate.
Sorry?
A little bit of bacon in your beard there.
A little bit of bacon in my beard, yeah. Bacon bites, bacon bits. Yeah, I'm pretty terrible with eating food, to be honest, right now. I'm a huge fan of curry. I'm a huge fan of Mexican food. It's a big draw to coming out here, and that's tough to do healthily. I did keep in line at the start of last year. 5 months, I lost a few, 2 or 3 stone, and ate properly, did exercise every day. So I wouldn't be against that. Maybe we should get some kind of a group going again. We had a group on WhatsApp.
Yes, we did. Yes, I am myself trying to cut down. A lot of people have been going up with weight. I've actually lost a few bits and bobs, apart from my sanity. Well, I try and take out wee Teddy, who is a dog, if anybody's wondering. 4 miles a day we walk, and it's just the hard thing is when you can only go out once a day. It's hard to try and not raid the fridge, because I used to open the fridge door after the first week of quarantine, and it would go, for fuck's sake, what are you wanting again? So it was kind of touch and go.
Yeah. So, no, well done. That's pretty solid.
That was a big thing. I mean, I changed to drink. I used to drink like Coca-Cola or Iron Brew and stuff like quite a lot. And we're on sparkling water now, which a lot of people kind of look at me and think I'm a freak for doing.
I don't like sparkling water, but I think you're on the right track there.
Well, considering the amount of Coke in that I used to drink, it was...
Yeah, that's no good at that.
No.
I think if I like soda, I would be 800 pounds, because that combined with no exercise right now and eating absolutely terrible, it's no good. It's annoying. I was in a good rhythm before the whole lockdown stuff. I was playing squash 3 or 4 times a week. I'm no good, but it's a really fun game.
Yeah, and very energetic as well.
It is, yeah. It's a bit tough on the joints, so I've got to be careful. I've got some dodgy knees, but yeah, it's a really, really fun game, really fun time. I was playing a lot, and it's annoying that a lot of that stuff's not going to be around for a little while.
Okay. Well, Adam, I'm going to wrap it up there. I think I've taken up enough of your time. I do appreciate you coming on for the first ever guest. So basically, everybody, Twitch, Adam.
Yeah.
What is the site?
Twitch.tv/Adam Yid.
And it will be in the comments and what have you. I will make sure of that. Adam, it's been a pleasure. You hang on.
Thanks for having me on, mate. I look forward to seeing what you do with this.
Me as well.
It's one of the best events in the World Series, Dealer's Choice. It's just a lot of fun. The Americans just choose Badusi and Badesi against me because I don't play them every single day. But yeah, and if they're doing that, I'm usually calling Hold'em. I'm a Mexican player.
Just to wind them up.
Yeah, no limit Hold'em. Let's go.
Anyway, from me and from Adam, this has been Dealer's Choice. Thank you very much. Yo.
Cheers, Ross. Cheers, guys.